guys, it's me, and just a heads up, I'm a huge book nerd, like, totally, I'm crazy, and people will come up to me like, hey Mimics, well they don't really use my name, but you know what I mean, they're like, hey Mimics, I need a little bit of help with this book, can you help me understand it? And I'm like, sure. So today, can't really read the front, but it says Persepolis, the story of a childhood. Really good book, really, really good book. Very emotional, and it's like a comic book. Really easy read, but kind of hard of the concept to get. So basically you have this girl. Her name is Marjane, or Margie for short. Marjane's growing up and during the Iran Revolution, you know, when the British start taking over the oil supplies and when, you know, communism, socialism was going around, all this stuff. And, you know, I'm going to cover a few major points in the book. At a very young age, she starts reading this book called Dialectic Materialism. It's a comic book version for little kids. And it talks about, Marxism. And if you know who Karl Marx is, this old guy, kind of looks kind of crazy, but is the father of modern communism, essentially speaking. And there's a picture in the book, and she is, I'm fairly sure she's Islamic. I can't remember. Don't really worry about it. I mean, it probably says it in the book somewhere, but it's been a while since I've read this. It's a very religious family. Very religious family. And here we have a picture right here. This is Marx and this is God. And it says, and I quote, "It was funny to see how much Marx and God looked like each other." Now, this is a young girl, and she claims to have conversations with God. Not saying she's crazy or anything, but it's that age where you're just like, I need someone to talk to. And she believes that, she's the next great prophet. Now, this idea dies off with her childhood innocence later on. But, I mean, it's just a very startling thing, in my opinion, thinking that, her beliefs are starting to change so radically. I mean, not like she's strapping a bomb to her vest or a bomb to her chest or anything, but her beliefs are going to change immensely due to her parents' beliefs and how they feel about everything. Now, I'm going to skip ahead a lot, and now it's talking about this, Marjane is talking about a boy whose father kills communists. Well, her family's communist, and she takes big offense to that. So what does she do? She just looks out for this boy whose father hunts communists. And it says here, there's this kid they're looking for right here. He's like hiding behind a tree. He is terrified. And it says, and I quote, "My idea was to put nails between our fingers like American brass knuckles and to attack Ramen." Ramen's the little boy's name. And it says, "Ramen, Ramen, come out of hiding, don't be a wimp." And then her mother comes up. And it's just like, crap. So her friends that she's hanging out with are like, yeah, it's Margie's idea. And then, she's in trouble. She's in serious trouble. Her mother tells her that it's good to forgive these people, but even if they do something wrong, you should still forgive them. Now, a couple pages over, these people are released from prison. They're prisoners of war. They're finally released. And they're talking about what they went through. Now, this page has an inappropriate picture that a lot of guys were making fun of. I'm just like, dude, grow up. But enough said. Ahmadi is the guy who was tortured and killed, and what they did is they burned him with an iron, whipped him, probably scourged him, and you'll have to read the book for the other one. No, I'm just kidding. They pissed on him. There's no nice way of saying it. He ended up dying, unfortunately, but he didn't say where the gorilla where the rest of the people were. At the end, he was cut into pieces. And there's a lovely picture of that right there. He was cut up, sliced and diced. Now I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, and here they're talking about the F-14s. Now this is a big time where, you know, the bombs were being dropped. And it says here, Iraqi MiGs have bombed Tehran. Now these people live in Tehran. And then the dad says, oh no, the bastards. And then this girl, she's like 11, and she says, those assholes. She's 11. 11. And so they drive home really, really quickly, and they go back home, and everything's alright. So the Iraqi have bombed the Iranians, and shit's going down. Now, this is a very, very important part of the book. It's a couple pages over. It says here, on page 83, it says, suddenly I heard the Iranian national anthem coming from the TV, Our Star Spangled Banner. And it says a little bit. It had been forbidden by the new government's Islamic hymn. The government had taken over, the Islamic government had taken over the original government, and they took over everything. Women were not allowed to go outside. It's basically what modern day is. You see them in the chadors. I'll see if I can find a picture here. Here's a good one of them. See, these are chadors, and they're forced to wear them. If they don't, they are beaten, called whores, and then it's just nasty. And if they don't wear them, I mean, they could get arrested and, you know, killed for it. It's just a bad part of time, and, you know, the national anthem is the government, like the government, not the Islamic hymn, the government song. And they were all overwhelmed. They just started crying. It had not been played in years. So it's like us not playing the Star Spangled Banner in a baseball game. That's like un-American, so it was an Iranian. Now, these kids, this is a couple pages over, and, you know, these kids are learning that it's good to whip yourself, hurt yourself, you know, doing this harder to show, yeah, you're with us now. People do that all the time here. Yeah, come on, let's go. You know, they'll do stuff like that. But these people, they take it even further. And it says, hitting yourself is one of the country's religious rituals, a religious ritual. During certain religious ceremonies, some people beat themselves brutally. Sometimes even with chains. It could go very far. Sometimes it was considered a very macho thing. Here in this little picture, that's a knife. That is a knife. This guy's like stabbing himself for his country. Dude, if you want to do that, go in the military. So, it's not good. Now, the key. The key is a very, very angry, it makes me an angry person, and I get angry easily, but this is really just tops it. And I'm going to cover a few more points after this, but this is the main one. This, let's see. Nazarene. Miss Nazarene has a son, and he was given a tiny golden key. Just a small golden plastic key, not worth anything. He was told if he enrolled in the military, this key would get him to heaven. If he were to die in battle, it would get him into heaven. And you know, the 7 virgins and rivers of honey and milk, and makes me go, ugh. But no, I think it's like the 49 virgins. No, just, now, if you're Islamic, I don't hate on you. It's just the way they're picturing this, it's sad. It makes me want to cry, I'm honest. She says, all my life I've been faithful to the religion. If it's come to this, well, I can't believe in anything anymore. Her son, because of her religion, she is being forced to let her son die on the battlefield so he can get to heaven. I mean, if that's what they believe, then, go for it. But that just makes me want to cry. That's like, their kid's my brother's age, and my brother is like 10, and they're going into battle, and they don't know what to do. Oh, here it goes. It says, it's nuts. They hypnotize them and just toss them into battle. Absolute carnage. It's sad. It's scary. It's a scary thing there in this book. Now, partying is not allowed. Not allowed whatsoever. You can be very fined for it. Now, let's see. I mean, obviously there are more things to it, but let me see, where is that last one that I wanted to cover? Ah, here it is. Wait, no. So it's talking about the cigarette. Now the cigarette's a very important part. It says, "It was awful, but this was not the moment to give in. With this first cigarette, I kissed childhood goodbye." Margie is like 12, and she's already smoking, which, if you read in Persepolis 2, it gets worse. She is smoking at age 12. Alright, that's not considered a macho thing, but at age 12, she is getting so involved in her government's issues. You know, childhood, it's just went out the door. It's gone. It is gone. And now she's an adult at 12. It's really sad. And the fact that she has to endure all of this, it's just killer. Now, at the very end of the book, she is sent, spoiler alert, if you don't want to read it, if you don't want to listen to me, bye. But spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, at the end of the book, she's sent away because it's just not safe for her anymore. She's sent to, I think, like Germany or Austria, one or the other. And, you know, she's not going to see her parents for a long, long time, and a lot of changes happen. Now, she's 13, she's barely hit puberty, so she doesn't know what's going on. And it's a very stressful time for her. So, that is the end, basically, some major points in the book. And if you need anything else, if you want to ask me any questions, just post it in the comments, subscribe, and and I'll be doing other videos later on. So, you know, out. Peace. Live long and prosper. Boom. Good night, y'all.